So this is something I don't know if you, are aware that like have any knowledge of this, but I don't even really either, but I've heard about it, about having it's kind of like low orbit satellites that are going to be, put up into orbit, and then they'll be kind of like blanketing a wireless internet signal kind of all over the entire Earth. Have you thought about that or heard about that?
Yeah,
Because
it's frightening.
yeah.
My only hope, it's a slightly educated guess. I don't know if I'm being intelligent or not. How do I say this? Where I am here on this 20 acres, when I turn my meters on, I cannot measure the cell tower. Uh, a cell phone will pick up a signal that's 1,000 times lower than what my meters will pick up on. So biologically, this is relatively safe because my meters don't pick up on it. I'm hoping that the satellites will be similar, where it's not like you're standing in a parking lot next to a cell phone tower where I can easily measure it with a meter. I'm hoping that sure, you'll get internet service or you'll get cellular service, but it's not pounding the entire planet like living near a cell tower.
Okay.
However, at the same time, if I could send people like Elon Musk and AT&T and Verizon, if I could send them to another planet, I would.
Yeah.
Because this guy, everyone thinks he's heroic, wanting to send up 4,000 satellites with 5G on it. So he's so altruistic, so everyone all over the world can have internet.
Hmm.
I don't know what the guy is thinking, polluting the entire atmospheric matrix of our natural environment with wireless radiation.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it sounds great. Like, wow, we could get, high-speed internet to these rural places everywhere and have the whole, world connected to education, everything like that. But yeah, do you know if that's something that has Elon ever publicly discussed that or talked about, the effects of radiation or what he thought about it or anything? Do you know if he's seen
I'm
that kind of
gonna
stuff?
I'm gonna scare myself a little bit here. I'm a little nervous saying this, but I'm saying it with a certain level of confidence. One has to have a heart to understand this issue. Um, when you have a heart that feels, that cares, that has empathy, this EMF issue is self-evident. It's obvious. There's not two sides.
Hmm.
There's only the side of the corrupt information from the telecom industry, which isn't even a side. That's corrupted information for selling products
Hmm.
and making trillions and trillions of dollars. The so-called other side is clinical data that's unarguable, that even low levels of EMF exposure are biologically dangerous. When you have a heart and you care about life and you care about other human beings and you feel and you have empathy, which most mammals have, this whole issue is self-evident. Uh, Again, I'm going to go a little further. Hope I'm not pushing the envelope too far. When you study in psychology the nature of a psychopath, when someone is in that psychopathic spectrum of disorder, a psychopath can do anything to anybody and not have the slightest care for the consequences of their actions,
Hmm.
such as start a war, such as put a cell phone tower into an elementary school. You kind of catching my drift here? I'm trying to be nice.
I see.
Okay, so a psychopathic consciousness, such as a corporation or certain people who just think it's great to blanket the entire planet with wireless,
Hmm.
they're not feeling, they're thinking. They may be highly intelligent beings, highly intelligent, highly intellectual with elevated cognitive functioning.
Hmm.
It doesn't mean they have the ability to feel. When you have the ability to feel, you don't go to war. You don't put cell phone towers in elementary schools and high schools,
Hmm.
and you don't stick up 5G small cell transmitters, which is what they're called, in residential areas near houses. So they're blanketing the entire residential area with children and babies and people living there with the new 5G protocol.
Okay.
It's not what you do when you have a heart. So I'm giving a very deep hint here, but forgive me if I'm getting a little metaphysical or existential.
No, I get you.
I feel strongly about it. There's lots of things you don't do when you have a heart. You don't genetically modify food. You don't spray food with pesticides that were leftover chemical warfare from World War II. You don't do that.
Yeah.
But if you want to sell product and you don't care about the repercussions of your actions, sure. One of my favorite jokes is, man, I could be a multimillionaire if I didn't care about the consequences of my actions.
Yeah. Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Am I being too heavy?
No, you're good. I totally get you. I like that you're saying that because I appreciate it. And like yeah, I don't know. It's just tough because I feel like they're so like a whole company's existence could be like threatened by this almost, it seems like. So that's why it's, I don't know if they're like, take Elon, for example. Like I'm pretty hardcore drinking the Elon Musk Kool-Aid. Like I think he's pretty cool and the stuff he's doing is super interesting, right? But yeah, like the fact that he's doing this, I wonder if it's him and his company just maybe ignoring this and not trying to like put it out of their mind and take the other side and not look at the data and say maybe it's not an issue at all, but it's pretty irresponsible for them not to even take a really deep look at it.
It might, I really hesitate to use this word, but it might be innocent. They might just look at the scientific data that is old and outdated and go, hey, microwave radiation doesn't have the power to break genetic bonds. All right, right on. Let's send 4,000 satellites. Let's bring internet to the whole world. Let's increase everyone's intellectual capacity through education. Let's expand education. I mean, I can understand a certain level of the altruistic motivation.
Yeah.
But I do have a strong feeling, and again, I'm just one person offering my opinions, and I'm not an expert, but I have a strong feeling that the world is heading into what I call a separation, a parting of the ways. And you're going to get people who want to live in intentional communities and grow food.